Do you have a pain in your butt? I'm hoping that I can help you find the answers to why that might be happening when you're sitting. So a lot of people during the day, they have to sit a lot for their jobs because people are working remote now, and then typically office workers, they spend a lot of time sitting during their day, and that results sometimes in pain in the glutes. So first I want to share with you the reasons why that might be happening. The first reason could be tightness in your pelvic floor. Because you are sitting directly on your pelvic floor during the day, this can just become tight over time. The second reason could be tightness in the lateral hip. So your glute is right here on the outside of the pelvis. A lot of times too, if there's pressure on that lateral hip, there would be pain associated with that pressure. Another reason is it could be nerve compression. So the nerves come out of the low back and then they'll course through the hip. So sometimes people get compression of their nerves, which can cause numbness and tingling down the legs and discomfort that way. The last reason would be the position of your hips. So if your hips are tilted too far forward or backward, also the position of your leg in the socket, your femur in the socket, can cause pain with sitting. So now I want to share with you a couple four helpful tips that hopefully will provide you some relief when you're sitting if you do have some glute pain. So the first one is to make sure that when you are sitting that you're not sitting like me where my knees are higher than my hips. You want to have your hips be higher than your knees, so that tilts your hips forward a little bit. It's going to take some pressure off of the sit bones. If your knees are too high, then what ends up happening is that puts a lot of pressure on the glutes when you're sitting. The second tip is to actually literally open up your pelvic floor, stretch your pelvic floor by spreading your sit bones out a little bit. So you will take a hand and reach under and find that sit bone, and you're just going to pull it out to the side, and you can do it on both sides. This will provide a nice stretch for your pelvic floor. The third tip would be to do a seated piriformis stretch, which is one that I see a lot of people doing, and I recommend oftentimes to stretch the outside of the hip. So you want to sit nice and tall. You're putting one foot over your opposite knee, and then you can even push down on the knee to really stretch out that lateral hip. The last thing that we like to make people aware of is a lot of people, when they have low back pain or hip pain, they become glute clenchers, so they're always clenching their glutes. So if you are noticing that you're doing that, then just try to relax your glutes a little bit, because that will put less pressure on your butt while you are sitting. If you're interested in more, if you're looking for more tips on hip pain or glute pain, you can always visit our website at balancewithinpt.com, or you could set up an appointment with one of our specialists, and we would be happy to talk to you about your hip pain and give you some extra advice. Have a good day.